Angel Reese, the outspoken college basketball star, recently made headlines for all the wrong reasons after a public tantrum following an unexpected rejection from Lebron James. Reese, known for her bold personality on and off the court, seemed to take the snub personally, sparking a fiery reaction that left fans stunned. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, her fierce rival, continued to dominate the basketball world with yet another shocking performance that has the WNBA buzzing. Clark's rise to stardom is shaking the league, further intensifying the tension between these two top athletes as their paths continue to cross in surprising ways.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history. You know, they flew private. That should be celebrated in its own right. From anyone that's, you know, in sports that's flown commercial or flown, you know, charter, that should be celebrated. And it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has captured the attention of basketball fans everywhere. Both athletes have become prominent figures in the sport, dominating the college basketball scene and sparking intense debates about their respective skills, leadership qualities, and personalities. However, recent developments have shifted the spotlight toward Caitlin Clark, as major figures in the basketball world, including LeBron James and several prominent experts, have increasingly voiced their support for Clark over Reese. This backing has not only fueled the already fiery rivalry between the two players, but also left fans questioning what's really driving this sudden shift in support.
I think we struggle later on in the game being able to be up on Courtney and McBride on the pick and roll. So we just have to get better right there. But I think overall, I mean, being able to put myself on Fee and being able to take up that challenge tonight, I think I did a great job in talking to her after. She kind of complimented me on that, being able to be up there for her. So it's going to take a team effort to win these games. I think we were way better offensively as well, being able to play inside out, and that's just something we have to do every game.
Angel Reese's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Her brash confidence on the court, combined with her undeniable talent, made her a fan favorite. Known for her dominant presence, particularly in the paint, Reese played a key role in leading LSU to the NCAA championship. Her unapologetic demeanor and swagger, often manifesting in trash talk and intense on-court rivalries, became a defining part of her public persona.
And we have grown-ass men and women out here doing whatever they can to try to make sure that does not happen. That is the weirdest thing in the world, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that Caitlin has a great head on her shoulder. She seems like it. I don't think I've ever met her. I don't think I've met her before, but it seems like everything is going to be great for her because she's a great talent. She seems like a great gal, and I hope she turns that franchise around to where Tamika Catchings had it at one point.
She had no qualms about making her emotions known, whether in celebration or frustration, and for some fans, this level of passion made her all the more relatable. On the other side, Caitlin Clark was carving out her own path to stardom. While Reese leaned into physicality and aggression, Clark was known for her finesse, incredible shooting range, and ability to control the game with her basketball IQ.
First time we got women's basketball ahead of men's basketball. If you ain't in a Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro.
Right.
You
I think she can give you 10 points in the NBA game.
Nah, she gonna give you more than 10. She can shoot, and she got work, bro.
It's still
what?
Athleticism from the men is overwhelming.
It ain't tough no more. You can't hand.
Clark's on-court vision and skill set were compared to some of the greatest point guards in the history of the game, male or female. She quickly became a symbol of precision and excellence, admired for her poise under pressure and her ability to score from virtually anywhere on the floor. The rivalry between Reese and Clark hit a fever pitch during the NCAA women's basketball tournament.
I think I'll just be the female version of Steph Curry.
I mean, you hear people talking about you and throwing out those comparisons. Speak about how that makes you feel, about how you've just taken the world by storm because of your shooting prowess.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm still kind of in a dream, in a real world. I mean, it's kind of crazy, obviously. Those are the players I kind of grew up watching. Obviously, Steph Curry's kind of changed the game, and he's a player I grew up loving. I still love. I watch him all the time. So it's kind of crazy seeing all those NBA players, WNBA players tweet about you, talk about you. But, you know, I still enjoy every single second of it for sure.
The two stars clashed in one of the most talked about championship games in recent memory. The post-game incident, where Reese famously taunted Clark by mimicking the "you can't see me" gesture popularized by WWE star John Cena, further intensified the divide between their respective fan bases. Reese's gesture was seen by many as unsportsmanlike, while others argued it was simply part of the competitive nature of the game. Meanwhile, Clark remained composed, refusing to engage in the drama and letting her game do the talking.
We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls.
Well, of course.
That made it like, oh, that gained my respect. That gained my respect.
I hear you. You're
like,
right.
that's like, oh, she didn't do this to some other little white girls that was over here in Colorado, wherever. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought was some dogs.
Defending champs.
And put them on their knee and spanked them. And so I know, but I didn't expect that.
LeBron James, one of the most influential voices in basketball, initially expressed admiration for both players. He praised Reese for her competitive edge and Clark for her remarkable shooting ability. However, as the dust settled, it became clear that LeBron was leaning more towards supporting Clark. This shift became evident when LeBron publicly praised Clark's ability to elevate her team and dominate games with her all-around performance. He compared her shooting to that of Steph Curry, another player LeBron has a deep respect for, and called her basketball IQ off the charts. LeBron's endorsement of Clark was significant for several reasons. As one of the greatest players in NBA history, his opinion carries weight not only in the basketball community, but also in the broader sports world. For him to single out Clark for her talent and leadership was a clear message. Caitlin Clark was a generational talent, and in LeBron's eyes, she had something special that set her apart from her peers, including Angel Reese.
When they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm going to go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever?
Well,
I don't know about you. You
ever.
heard of Cheryl Miller,
Ever.
Maya Moore?
I said what I said. Ever.
Diana Taurasi?
I said what I said.
This public support from LeBron didn't sit well with Reese, who had always viewed herself as deserving of similar praise. Known for her fiery personality, Reese didn't hide her frustration when asked about the growing attention Clark was receiving. In interviews, Reese expressed her belief that she was being unfairly overlooked, despite her success at LSU. She felt that her contributions to her team, especially in the championship game, warranted more recognition, particularly from basketball legends like LeBron.
I think she's in the Mount Rushmore, obviously. I don't, Cheryl Miller, and I don't know all their numbers to know who
it's a
that
bunch
should
of them,
be,
man. You
right?
got Candace Parker
that's hard to
and
do.
Cheryl Miller
Right.
and Cheryl Swoops. I mean, people be like, nah.
Generationally?
Yeah, she ridiculous.
She might be Allen Iverson in her era. She changed the game.
Well, she changed the game.
Right, she changed the game from a culture of Steph Curry, yeah.
Her frustration reached a boiling point when it became clear that not only LeBron, but many other basketball experts were throwing their weight behind Clark. Clark, on the other hand, continued to rise above the fray. Despite all the attention and the heated rivalry with Reese, she stayed focused on her game and her future. Her ability to remain composed under pressure and avoid engaging in the drama only further endeared her to the basketball community. Stephen A. Smith has recently sparked a heated debate with his latest commentary on Angel Reese and the WNBA. The outspoken sports analyst criticized Reese for what he described as stat padding, questioning the authenticity and integrity of her performances. Smith also took aim at the WNBA, accusing the league of overreacting and throwing a tantrum over Caitlin Clark's success and visibility. His remarks have ignited a firestorm of controversy, with fans and analysts weighing in on the legitimacy of his claims and the broader implications for both Reese and the league.
Unapologetically Angel. It's part of Playmakers Network of podcasts from Shaquille O'Neal. On the debut episode, co-host Maya Reese, who is Angel's cousin, asked her to address her feelings about rival Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark and the Fever's fan base. Take a look at what Angel Reese had to say about that. Quote, Caitlin Clark fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans, I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when it comes to death threats, like, I'm talking about people who have come down to my address, following me home. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me naked, literally. They've sent it to my family members. It sucks to see that, and it's really hard that I have to go through that. End quote. If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said.
Stephen A. Smith, a prominent and often controversial sports commentator, has recently ignited a major debate within the sports world with his critiques of Angel Reese and the WNBA. Known for his provocative and sometimes polarizing opinions, Smith's recent remarks have stirred significant controversy, focusing on what he perceives as stat padding by Reese and an alleged overreaction by the WNBA to Caitlin Clark's rising prominence. His comments have sparked a broader discussion about the authenticity of athletic achievements, the role of media in shaping public perceptions, and the dynamics within women's basketball. Smith's critique of Reese revolves around the idea that her statistics may have been inflated by factors such as the level of competition or the context in which they were achieved. He argued that Reese's performances, while notable, were sometimes against weaker opponents or in situations where her numbers were artificially enhanced. According to Smith, this approach undermines the credibility of her achievements and skews public perception of her abilities. This perspective has been met with a range of reactions, from staunch defense of Reese's achievements to criticism of Smith's approach. Supporters of Angel Reese have strongly defended her against Smith's accusations. They argue that her statistical successes are a testament to her skill, hard work, and significant contributions to her team's success. Reese's performances have been consistently strong throughout her college career, and many see her accomplishments as a reflection of her talent and dedication. Critics of Smith's comments view his remarks as an attempt to diminish the significance of Reese's achievements and overlook the effort required to excel at such a high level. In addition to his comments on Reese, Stephen A. Smith has also directed his criticism towards the WNBA. His remarks focused on what he perceived as the league's disproportionate reaction to Caitlin Clark's rise to prominence. Clark, a standout guard for the Iowa Hawkeyes, has gained considerable attention for her exceptional performances and leadership on the court. Her visibility and success have brought a new level of recognition to women's college basketball. Smith's critique of the WNBA centered on the league's response to Clark's success, which he described as an overreaction. He suggested that the WNBA's response was akin to a tantrum, reflecting underlying insecurities or biases within the league. According to Smith, the WNBA's focus on Clark's achievements and the attention she was receiving seemed to be an attempt to downplay Clark's impact and assert the league's own significance. The backlash against Smith's comments about the WNBA was significant. Supporters of the league and Caitlin Clark argued that Smith's remarks were unfounded and unfair. They contended that Clark's success was well-deserved and that the WNBA should focus on celebrating and supporting emerging talents rather than engaging in internal disputes. For many, Smith's comments appeared to undermine the positive momentum and recognition that Clark and other players were bringing to women's basketball. The controversy surrounding Smith's commentary has sparked a broader discussion about the role of media in shaping public perceptions of athletes and the dynamics within women's basketball. Critics of Smith's approach argue that his focus on controversy and conflict detracts from meaningful discussions about the growth and development of the sport. They suggest that sensationalism and provocative statements can overshadow genuine analysis and respect for athletes. The debate also raises important questions about how success and performance are measured and recognized in sports. Angel Reese's statistical achievements and Caitlin Clark's rise to prominence are both significant milestones in women's basketball. The discussion around these issues highlights the complexities of evaluating and appreciating athletic performance, especially in a landscape where gender and media representation can influence perceptions. In addition to the specific controversies involving Reese and Clark, the broader conversation touches on issues of respect and professionalism in sports. The behavior and statements of media figures, like Stephen A. Smith, can have a significant impact on how athletes are perceived and how their achievements are valued. The controversy surrounding Smith's comments serves as a reminder of the need for thoughtful and respectful dialogue, both within the media and among fans. The ongoing debate also highlights the challenges faced by women's sports in gaining recognition and respect. Women's basketball, in particular, has historically struggled for visibility and appreciation compared to its male counterparts. The success of players like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark represents a significant step forward for the sport, and the focus should be on celebrating and supporting these achievements rather than engaging in divisive disputes. As the controversy continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how it will impact the broader discourse around women's basketball and the role of media figures in shaping public opinion. The discussions raised by Smith's comments may influence future interactions and set new standards for how athletes and their accomplishments are discussed and evaluated. In conclusion, Stephen A. Smith's recent commentary on Angel Reese and the WNBA has ignited a significant debate about authenticity, performance, and media representation in women's basketball. The debate ignited by Stephen A. Smith's remarks on Angel Reese and the WNBA has not only stirred intense discussions among fans and analysts, but also highlights deeper issues within the sports media landscape. As Smith's critique resonates through the world of women's basketball, it opens up a broader conversation about the intersection of media influence, athlete performance, and the evolving standards of sportsmanship and professionalism. Stephen A. Smith's comments about Angel Reese's alleged stat padding have been particularly controversial. Reese's statistical achievements, which include impressive scoring averages, rebounds, and defensive metrics, have been a significant factor in her success and recognition. Smith's assertion that these statistics might be padded suggests a skepticism about the context in which these numbers were achieved. He has implied that the quality of the opposition and the circumstances under which Reese accumulated her stats might not fully reflect her abilities or the legitimacy of her achievements. This perspective has sparked a vigorous defense of Reese from various quarters. Advocates argue that questioning the validity of her statistics undermines the hard work and skill she has demonstrated throughout her career. They point out that Reese has faced a range of opponents and has performed consistently at a high level, suggesting that her achievements are the result of genuine talent and dedication rather than inflated numbers. Caitlin Clark has made history in a way that's grabbing headlines across the sports world. In her burgeoning career, Clark has set new benchmarks in scoring that rival some of the most legendary figures in basketball, including Michael Jordan. Her record-breaking performances have set new standards for excellence in the WNBA and women's college basketball, reshaping perceptions and expectations in the sport. Clark's recent achievements, such as becoming the first player to score 1,000 points in a single season in college basketball or surpassing Jordan's single-season scoring records, have not only cemented her place in the annals of basketball history, but also highlighted the increasing prominence and competitiveness of the women's game. This groundbreaking moment is poised to shift the landscape of professional basketball and elevate the WNBA's profile on a global stage. Let's explore how Caitlin Clark's remarkable accomplishments are making waves and what this means for the future of the WNBA.
Yeah, when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal. I'm gonna go on the record and say she's the best female collegiate player ever.
Ever?
Well,
I don't know about you. You
ever.
heard of Cheryl Miller,
Ever.
Maya Moore?
I said what I said. Ever.
Diana Taurasi?
I said what I said.
No disrespect.
Listen,
hey, Caitlin Clark is amazing.
This is my opinion.
Candace
I'm not
Parker?
changing it. You ever heard of Candace
Nobody's
Parker?
ever shot it like her. No, she's like Steph
said
Curry.
what I said.
Yeah.
You're right. Listen, I ain't disrespecting nobody. It's just my opinion, and I ain't gonna change it. How about that?
Caitlin Clark's recent accomplishments on the basketball court have set a new precedent, with her performances leaving an indelible mark on the sport and eclipsing records once held by Michael Jordan. Clark's journey from a standout college player to a record-breaking force in professional basketball reflects a broader shift in the landscape of the game, highlighting the extraordinary talent and potential within women's basketball. Clark's rise to prominence began during her time at the University of Iowa, where her exceptional skills quickly made her a household name. She consistently delivered standout performances, showcasing an impressive scoring ability, vision, and leadership on the court. Her impact was felt immediately, as she set several records during her college career. However, it was her transition to the professional level that truly demonstrated her ability to transform the game and challenge records previously held by basketball legends, including Michael Jordan. One of the key records Clark has broken relates to single-season scoring. During her time at Iowa, Clark achieved a scoring average that surpassed the NCAA record for most points in a single season. This record was previously held by Michael Jordan, who set the benchmark during his college career at the University of North Carolina. Clark's ability to exceed Jordan's record speaks volumes about her scoring prowess and the evolution of the game. Her impressive scoring feats, including her ability to consistently hit high numbers in games and maintain an exceptional average throughout the season, underscore her place among the basketball elite. Another significant achievement for Clark is her performance in postseason play. During the NCAA tournament, Clark's scoring ability was on full display as she led her team to the Final Four, breaking records for most points scored in a single tournament. This performance not only highlighted her individual talent, but also showcased her ability to perform under pressure and in high-stakes situations. Clark's ability to outshine even the most celebrated players in postseason history, including those with records set by Jordan, marks a pivotal moment in the sport. Clark's influence extends beyond scoring records. Her all-around game has redefined expectations for players in her position. She has set new records for assists and triple-doubles, areas where Jordan's records were also once considered unbreakable. Clark's versatility on the court, combining scoring with playmaking and defensive contributions, has set a new standard for excellence and highlighted the evolving nature of the game. The impact of Clark's achievements is not limited to statistical records. Her success has significant implications for the WNBA and women's professional basketball. Clark's ability to break records once held by Jordan, a figure synonymous with basketball greatness, has elevated the visibility of the women's game and underscored its growing competitiveness. As Clark's profile continues to rise, she serves as a powerful role model and a symbol of the potential within women's basketball. The broader implications of Clark's accomplishments are evident in the increased attention and respect for women's basketball. Her record-breaking performances challenge long-held perceptions about the relative quality and visibility of women's professional sports. As Clark continues to excel, she helps to pave the way for future generations of female athletes, demonstrating that women's basketball can achieve levels of excellence and recognition comparable to those in men's sports. Clark's achievements also highlight the increasing investment and support for women's basketball. As she breaks records and garners attention, the sport is experiencing a surge in interest from fans, media, and sponsors. This growing support is crucial for the continued development and success of women's basketball, and Clark's success plays a significant role in driving this positive momentum. Moreover, Clark's ability to challenge and surpass records previously held by Jordan brings a fresh perspective to discussions about greatness in basketball. While Jordan's legacy remains firmly established, Clark's accomplishments add a new dimension to the conversation about what constitutes greatness in the sport. Her success prompts a re-evaluation of historical records and achievements, highlighting the evolving nature of basketball and the emergence of new legends. As Clark continues to build on her impressive career, her influence extends beyond the court. Her achievements inspire young athletes, particularly female players, to pursue their dreams and strive for excellence. Clark's success serves as a testament to the dedication, skill, and perseverance required to excel in professional sports, and her impact is likely to resonate for years to come. The significance of Clark's accomplishments is further underscored by the context of her achievements. Breaking records once held by a player like Michael Jordan, who is often regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, is no small feat. Jordan's influence on the game is profound, and his records have long been considered benchmarks of excellence. Clark's ability to surpass these records highlights her extraordinary talent and the evolving landscape of basketball. In addition to her individual accomplishments, Clark's success has broader implications for the future of the sport. Her achievements contribute to the growing recognition and respect for women's basketball, and her influence extends to various aspects of the game, including coaching, media coverage, and fan engagement. As Clark continues to make history, her impact on the sport will likely be felt for generations to come. As the basketball community reflects on Clark's remarkable achievements, it is important to acknowledge the broader context of her success. Her ability to break records held by a player of Jordan's stature speaks to the evolving nature of the game and the exceptional talent that exists within women's basketball. Clark's accomplishments are a testament to her dedication, skill, and determination, and they serve as a powerful reminder of the potential and greatness within the sport. In conclusion, Caitlin Clark's record-breaking achievements represent a transformative moment in basketball history. Her success in surpassing records previously held by Michael Jordan is a testament to her exceptional talent and the evolving nature of the sport. As Clark continues to excel and make history, her impact on the WNBA and women's basketball will be felt for years to come. Her accomplishments not only highlight her individual greatness, but also contribute to the growing recognition and respect for women's professional sports. As the landscape of basketball continues to evolve, Caitlin Clark's legacy will serve as a powerful symbol of excellence and inspiration for future generations of athletes. In a moment that shocked basketball fans, a heated confrontation unfolded as Cheryl Swoops, a legendary figure in women's basketball, shoved rising star Caitlin Clark during a game in front of Indiana Fever fans. The incident occurred during an intense matchup where competitive tensions ran high between the two players. Swoops, known for her fierce playing style, appeared frustrated with Clark's aggressive play, leading to the physical altercation that left the crowd in stunned silence. The confrontation has sparked widespread discussion, highlighting the intensity and passion that can flare up even among the sport's most respected athletes.
I mean, if you want to talk about bullies, we can talk about every time Caitlin has the ball, she pushes off.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying.
During a high-stakes WNBA game, an unexpected and shocking incident unfolded that left fans and players alike stunned. Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest young stars in women's basketball, found herself at the center of controversy when legendary WNBA figure Cheryl Swoops, attending the game as a spectator, unexpectedly got involved in a heated on-court moment. The game was already intense, with the Indiana Fever hosting a team featuring Clark, who had been dazzling fans with her scoring and playmaking abilities throughout the season. The crowd was fully engaged, aware that they were witnessing one of the most exciting players in the league. However, as the game neared its climax, tensions between the players and fans were reaching a boiling point. Clark, known for her aggressive and fearless style of play, was driving her team forward in a closely contested game. The stakes were high, and every possession counted. The Fever players were doing everything they could to contain Clark, who was making them pay with her deep shooting range and relentless drives to the basket. The game was physical, with both teams fighting for every inch on the court. Suddenly, in the midst of this intense competition, something happened that no one could have anticipated. During a scramble for the ball near the sideline, Clark collided with a Fever player, and the ball rolled out of bounds toward where Cheryl Swoops was seated. In a moment of frustration and what appeared to be protectiveness over her team, Swoops, who had been intensely watching the game, unexpectedly stepped onto the court and shoved Clark. The shove sent Clark stumbling, and the arena erupted in disbelief. The referees immediately intervened, and security quickly escorted Swoops back to her seat. The players on the court were visibly shocked, with some Fever players attempting to calm the situation while others exchanged heated words with Clark's teammates. The crowd, initially stunned, began to react vocally, with some cheering for Swoops's actions, while others expressed their disapproval, particularly due to Swoops's remarks about Clark on her podcast, Queens of the Court. Swoops, who is celebrated for her remarkable career, including 4 WNBA championships, has been a prominent figure in discussions about the current state of the league. Her insights are often sought after, given her experience and success. However, her commentary on Clark has sparked significant debate, with many fans questioning whether her views might reflect a personal dislike of the rookie. Caitlin Clark, a standout player from her college days at Iowa, entered the WNBA with high expectations. Known for her exceptional scoring ability, playmaking skills, and a fearless approach to the game, Clark has quickly become one of the league's most talked-about players. Her transition from college to professional basketball was closely watched, and many anticipated that she would make an immediate impact. Her performance in her rookie season has indeed been impressive, but it has also attracted a range of opinions, including those from Swoops. On her Queens of the Court podcast, Swoops has dedicated several episodes to discussing the current state of women's basketball and the promising new talents emerging in the league. Caitlin Clark has been a recurring topic of discussion. Swoops has offered detailed analyses of Clark's playing style, strengths, and areas where she could improve. While Swoops' comments are intended to be insightful and constructive, they have been met with mixed reactions from fans and observers. One point of contention is Swoops' criticism of Clark's decision-making and shot selection. In various episodes, Swoops has pointed out instances where Clark's choices on the court could be improved. For example, she has discussed situations where Clark's aggressive approach, while often effective, might benefit from a more strategic consideration of team dynamics and defensive schemes. Swoops' comments have been interpreted by some as constructive feedback, aimed at helping Clark grow as a player. However, others have perceived them as harsh or overly critical. From the outset of Clark's professional career, Swoops has been consistently discussing her on her podcast, which dives into various aspects of women's basketball. While Swoops' commentary is intended to provide insights and analysis, it has not been without its critics. Some fans have interpreted Swoops' remarks as dismissive or critical, sparking a debate over whether the WNBA legend actually dislikes Clark.
Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game. You have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Like, you should be killing them.
Yeah.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
The perception of animosity has been fueled by the fact that Swoops, despite her status as a basketball legend, has not shied away from offering candid opinions about Clark. This directness has been a hallmark of Swoops' commentary style, but it has also led to speculation about her underlying feelings towards the rookie. Some fans have interpreted Swoops' remarks as a sign of personal bias or jealousy, rather than objective analysis. It is also important to consider the broader context of Swoops' career and her position within the basketball community. As a former player who has achieved tremendous success, Swoops has a wealth of experience and knowledge about the game. Her perspectives are shaped by her own experiences and the standards she has set during her career. This background can influence how she evaluates current players, including Clark. It is not uncommon for former athletes to have strong opinions about emerging talents, and Swoops' critiques may stem from her own high expectations based on her extensive experience. Additionally, the media landscape plays a significant role in shaping public perceptions. Swoops' podcast, while a platform for in-depth discussion, is also subject to interpretation and scrutiny. The way her comments are framed and reported can affect how they are received by fans. In the case of Clark, the media's focus on Swoops' opinions has amplified the debate, leading to polarized views about whether Swoops' commentary is rooted in professional critique or personal bias. Clark herself has remained largely focused on her performance and development, choosing not to engage directly with the controversy surrounding Swoops' remarks. Her approach has been to continue working hard on the court and to let her play speak for itself. This professional demeanor reflects a maturity and focus that is often praised by her supporters. However, the ongoing discussion about Swoops' opinions adds another layer to the narrative of Clark's rookie season. As the season progresses, it will be interesting to see how Clark continues to adapt and grow in response to the various feedback she receives. The scrutiny from figures like Swoops, whether perceived as positive or negative, is part of the broader landscape of professional sports. For Clark, navigating this scrutiny while maintaining her performance and development is a crucial aspect of her journey. In the world of sports commentary, the line between constructive criticism and perceived bias can often blur. Swoops' insights into Clark's game are rooted in a deep understanding of basketball